Great heaving bosoms, woman. Tell us more.
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors.
Pink and white.
And a bit of red.
The truth is, Feeny pushed him to... Huh? First time was into the electric pole when the cable broke. And Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed.
I don't know. 5 p.m. I don't know. I don't think that's actually good enough. The death was at 3 p.m.
Wait.
And the power outage was at 2:55. That was I know it was what?
Do we have a picture of the hand holding the bottle?
I think so. Yeah.
What time does that watch say?
Okay. Give me a moment to
looks like it's after 3. Yeah, that's after 3.
Okay, it's a little after 3, but, let's see now. That's at 5, so that makes that 15, 10. That'd be about, maybe a little before 3:05.
Yeah.
So that'd be roughly 10 minutes. Okay, that's more. Okay, we can work with that one. Sorry,
I noticed at the very beginning. I was like, we never did check what time that watch said.
Yeah, I was trying to turn my head upside down to basically look at that. So, should we just straight up go present that?
Not yet, but we should pursue things that are about the time. I think, especially that 1 minute thing.
All right.
So after being shoved, Mr. Wright temporarily joined the football team.
We're recording this the day the Super Bowl is happening, so.
Oh right, that was today.
Yeah, I heard somebody say something about the Super Bowl, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to deal with my cereal bowl instead.
Yeah, Wickham got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the divinity pushed him for the second time.
That's less a push and more of a tackle.
I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just had to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Damn it, she's adorable. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your gentle cross-examination.
I'm going to keep doing that.
Was that her or him?
That was supposed to be him.
Oh, God.
Cross-examination.
Ms. Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. Don't steal my scream.
I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
I was a bad girl. I know.
Ooh.
Mr. Judge?
Yes.
Would you please forgive little old me?
Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury.
Holy crap, they know it exists! Seriously, how many times could that have been applied in previous cases? Oh, damn it! Stop that!
Come now, it was just a little old white lie.
Seriously, why has perjury not been a thing so far?
Because...
We'll forget it this time, but be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all. Oh. I'm now Santa again.
Judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl.
Quiet your heathen thoughts, woman.
You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole.
I know he doesn't look it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Oh, really?
I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Damn, that was a damning thing she just said.
What? Like, he could be he could be dangerous at sometimes.
No, he can be scary when he gets mad or whatever. Hearing that from someone's girlfriend in a court of law sends up all kinds of flags.
I mean, you say that, but nowadays the judge doesn't seem to care that Phoenix Wright is supposedly dangerous.
No, I'm saying like pretty much no matter who it was who said that, most people would be like, eh.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I just find it funny that, like, the judge is like, yes, he sounds very dangerous. Fast forward to, like, 3 years later, Mr. Wright, you be quiet right now when I boss you around.
No, remember, Mr. Wright, are you going to hire an assassin to come after me?
Also freaking, Mr. Wright, you need to... please stop glaring at me. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold.
I listen to death metal.
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
What is all the badgers in this courtroom?
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on?
What do you mean by that? Well,
I wish the best for them both and that they would each give the fight their all.
Now I imagine her just over there, it's like, looks all peaceful from the outside in her headphones. Blood! That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that? Bitch died.
it doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
I mean, if he just shoulder checked it, there wouldn't be.
No, there weren't.
Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeney wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
Should we bother pressing this, or should we just present?
Do it so we can maybe get a narrow down of which one we need to use.
Press?
Yeah.
Alright. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia.
Okay, now which one do we use for this? Because pretty much we have a conjunction of ones we could actually use, but I don't know which is the key one.
My badge.
No.
Okay, not that. It's not going to be the autopsy report. Well, actually, it could be because... Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I think we need to either play the student's testimony, the autopsy report, or the photo. I'm going to try the student's testimony because that says, 2:55 p.m.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, then we try it. Hey, the music stopped.
Yay.
It might have been one of those things where any of those three pieces of evidence would have worked. That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Yeah, see, even the picture could have counted, apparently.
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. Oh yeah, that definitely says 3:05.
Yep.
It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye.
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the electrical cable snapping?
Oh, well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah!
Would you care to explain to this court, Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Rabble, 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 rabble. Order! Order in the court. What is all the...
This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Even you can't deny the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else do you say could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
I think it's indict.
I'm going to look this up because it's bothering me.
Because, like, you know, indiction. It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
It's pronounced indict.
What did you even look up?
Dictionary.com. Indict. What you
Sure,
say
but-
is indict is pronounced indict. It's spelled out here, and I'm actually going to listen to it. Yep, indict.
You sure about that?
I just listened to it. Audio. They have an audio link to it. Also, apparently, the word of the day is dipsy doodle. Apparently, dipsy dash doodle is one word.
Okay. Sorry, I've always heard, like, you know, indiction, so...
Yeah, this is indict. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real kill E-R...
Stop. Please. I just want to do something as a joke.
Oh. What's that supposed to be?
A bout of youthful indiscretion, Your Honor.
Maybe so, but I still have to penalize you.
I was mostly just hoping there would be some unique reaction from Winston on that one. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne.
How can you...
The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order, order. Miss Faye. What? I mean, why? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything.
She's got like Pearl's voice now.
I'm trying, okay? It's hard. You know, I had a feeling that was
Your Honor! But please, I have something I want to say! Achoo!
You! What is it?
Please, please strike everything the defense said just now from the record! What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Ah! Achoo! Achoo! Leave my Dolly alone! Achoo!
Achoo, actual cough. That boy. Oh, he's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back!
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Okay. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
You'd better take a good look at that.
A report on the incident 8 months ago.
Okay.
All right.
Diego.
I was gonna... Okay.
Oh.
Victim... Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation lawyer. Suspect Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. So we got that already. Details. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup.
I see.
Do you think we both come to the same conclusion?
Tiny bottles?
Tiny bottles of poison that she had to get rid of. Read.
Oh, sorry. It was closing the indict thing. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Oh,
Can't tell-
shit.
I can't tell if he was mocking or not. Or joking or whatever.
Well then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Ah!
Indeed.
Well, really, Your Honor, that is I.
May I interrupt you for a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. That is I. Go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive could be. Well, I'm glad he could translate.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must! 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building.
That's also when she
And then-
started dating Phoenix.
That same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Okay, should we toss a theory real quick?
She murdered the guy with poison. She met the first guy she found, which was Phoenix. Gave him the thing and said, "I love you," and he was just a little happy-go-lucky guy. So he's like, "Okay."
And then since then, she's been trying to get it back because it's evidence, but he doesn't give it back because it's like, oh, but it symbolizes our love and stuff. And also, he shows it to everyone, so...
Yeah.
It's like, Dolly gave this to me, Dolly gave this to me, and she's like, fuck you, man. And like, as soon as, I swear to God, as soon as it turns out there's a bit of poison in there, you fucked me, man.
So, what about, how would Doug know about it, though?
I mean, he works with the pharmacology thing. Maybe he knew about it, or maybe he's how she got the poison in the first place.
Be kind of weird.
And then she's basically killing him and trying to blame it on Phoenix so that nobody ever figures out about it. I don't know.
Guess,
I mean, that's the only explanation I can think of, unless it just turns out they're completely unrelated or something. Or no. He was like trying to warn Phoenix at the start.
Yeah, but about what? That's what I'm curious about.
Maybe because he knew that she did it or something.
I think she would have taken care of him before now if he did.
Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, what can that possibly have to do with the case?
Shut your fat trap and you might find out! The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence to suggest that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well then, the court will grant the defense requests. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne.
I mean, you say she sounds like Pearl, but let's face it, a Pearl voice is kind of appropriate. Just not quite as high.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally just make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think.
Mr. Wright, do that again, you will be held in contempt of court.
Do what again? What did he do?
Why don't you press A and we'll find out.
No, we don't.
Oh. What did he do?
Did he, like, start masturbating?
Oh wait, did he yell that part? I think he yelled that last part. Was that really her that spoke? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I didn't look at that. Now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
Okay.
Do me a favor.
I wasn't looking at the name, so...
Do me a favor and just skip to the very last statement. Yeah, he
maybe
yelled that last thing.
So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow.
Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho.
You should look for a different line of work.
Silence! Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
The courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. How do those two correlate?
He just has different interests, I guess.
I guess.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing at a courthouse reading room?
It's a reading room.
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. This has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. Better tread carefully.
Push.
Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room on this day, at this time, with this clothing on?
If it pleases your honor, the answer is simply this. I was reading. Oh, that. Okay.
You were writing a paper. On what? On paper?
On the relationship between the modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld.
Ho ho ho. That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgot what I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff.
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? Speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully.
Poison.
While interviewing the suspect regarding another case, who is
Ah.
Dahlia Hawthorne.
So she was here because she was being interviewed.
Yeah, so that's what we gotta do the present for.
Okie dokie.
Alright, let's just take care of that. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Can you hear me alright when I do her voice, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
He has that memorized. The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Slim Shady. I mean Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
The Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Rebel. Gavel. Order. This is unbelievable.
Huh?
It's true then. The lovely folk. I said things.
Miss Fair, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Yeah, pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Who hasn't?
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. You've really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. You can stop talking about those.
No, he can't. The poisoning.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was the liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
We present Doug.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
If you want to go straight for that one, I encourage it.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
Yeah! Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Ah, Mia. You're glowing with the true lawyer's aura, my dear. I think you're turning blonde. Proud posture and self-confidence. Absolutely smashing. Smashing.
Whoosh! Boom, boom.